Hi folks, this is Meredith from the Papery Craftery, and today is going to be the first in our holiday series. We're going to be making some quilling paper holly berries and leaves. So for the leaves, I have a couple of colors of green. I have a meadow green, kind of a Kelly green, and then a little bit darker forest green. And the red I showed there for a second, it's just a nice deep red. I'm going to be using my needle tool today, but you can use a slotted tool as well. And then I have two types of tweezers here. I have my standard tweezers, but I also have these reverse tweezers that are going to come in really handy, almost like a clamp. I have a small paintbrush and a little bit of Elmer's glue in my needle nose container. Let's go ahead and get started. To begin with, I have 3 different strips of my red paper. I have 2 that are 10 inches long and 1 that's a little bit shorter at 8 inches. Your sizes may vary, but I just wanted strips that were 2 different sizes just to have a little bit of variation in the berries. So for the berries, it's just going to be a standard tight coil, which means we're going to roll our strip on our quilling tool all the way from end to end, and then take it off the tool, but we're not going to let it open up at all. You can also glue it on the tool like I'm doing here, whatever's easiest for you. So once I get a little bit of glue on there, I'm just going to roll it around and press a little bit to get that nice and sealed. And then that is what you should be looking for at this point. But we want our berries to be a little bit more realistic, so we're going to just press up from the bottom. You can use the bottom of your quilling tool. If they're a little bit bigger, you might be able to use your finger, or even the head of a pin might work as well. If they're really small, I like to do that. Just kind of roll it around. On the inside, just try to make it as even as you can. And then to get that shape to stay, we're just going to put a little bit of glue on the underneath, and then using our small paintbrush, wipe that around. And once it gets on every layer of paper, you're going to have that shape stay. So after I rolled up that 8-inch one, I have 2 here that are made from that slightly longer 10-inch long paper to make 3 berries. And now we're going to do the super fun part. We're going to make our leaves. I'm going to start off here by gluing 18 inches of our lighter green to 4 inches of our darker green. So the lighter green is going to be the main body of our leaf, and then the darker green is going to be kind of an outline on the edge, just to give it a little bit more of like a visual interest. I'm going to flip my paper back around to the end of the lighter green, and I'm just going to start rolling. Like I said earlier, I'm using a needle tool for this part. You are absolutely welcome to use the slotted quilling tool if it makes you more comfortable, or that's what you're used to. Either one will be fine. Even an automatic quilling tool will be just fine for this project. But because this paper is a little bit long, by the time I get towards the end, I'm just going to roll it up by hand. And now I have my light green on the inside and my dark green on the outside. And I'm going to carefully let it open up between my fingers, trying to keep it as even as possible. And then glue down the excess. And you might need to rub that a little bit. Little tip, when you get to the really dark pigmented paper, sometimes they're a little bit stiffer and sometimes you need a little bit more effort to get that to glue down. Remember, using torn edges will make your edge nice and smooth and a little bit easier to glue as well. So now I'm going to make my holly shape, and I'm going to use that by a combination of my fingers and tweezers. So you can use 2 different things here. If you have standard tweezers, you're just going to need to push the center of your shape small enough where you can get your tweezers around it. And then they're going to hold the center in place while you pinch one side and then push it towards the tweezers. Let's do the other side here. A little bit slower. Pinch the edge and then push it towards the tweezers while squeezing the tweezers so you don't lose everything. And what that's going to do is kind of give you that 6-pointed holly shape where it's kind of squeezed in the middle where we're holding it with our tweezers, pointed on the edges, And then we get those extra points by pushing the paper towards the tweezers. It might take a little bit of practice, but I promise you will be able to handle that just fine. You might need to mold it again a little bit with your fingers once you take it out of your tweezers, but it will absolutely work. You can also use those reverse tweezers that I showed in the beginning, and that way you don't have to hold your tweezers as hard. They sort of just clamp into place. And then for each section of holly, I like to make 3 leaves and 3 berries, kind of stack everybody up. And that's pretty much that. This is a super simple way to start our holiday series of this season. You can use these on cards or decorating like a picture frame. You can go without the dark green edging if you want to. You can see there I have an example of some holly leaves that are just one color. You would just roll them exactly the same way and use the tweezers in the same way to get the inside squeezed while making the points on the other ends. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comment section for the video and I'll answer those as soon as I can. There will be links to all the tools and supplies I used, in addition to a link to my Buy Me a Coffee page where you can find some quilling extras and other ways to support the channel, which keeps it growing and allows me to make these videos week after week. In the meantime, don't forget to like and subscribe so you can be around for the next video, and I'll see you then. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.